real quick, have you guys heard what's going on with DRAM prices? It sounds like Xbox may even have to raise prices on consoles again. And it's because DRAM prices are out of control. Nick Tech put this up. Bro. They've skyrocketed 171% year over year, outpacing the rate of gold price increases. AI demand drives massive price hikes as shortages take hold. Basically, what's happening is every server farm and data center on the planet is in desperate need of high-speed RAM and memory, just period. And this is going to come as a surprise. Server farms can afford a lot more than you and bid a lot more money than you can. And so what they're doing is they're going to all of these manufacturers. They're bidding crazy amounts of money. And all of the manufacturers of these memory modules are retooling everything to get the enterprise clients what they need first, because it's worth a lot more. And so, you know, they could sell you a $500 pack of memory, or they could agree to like redo all of their manufacturing and do like, you know, $100 million worth of inventory for, you know, a big enterprise client. So that means all of the casual, like small dudes stuff is, you know, everyday person products. They are in mass shortage. People are starting to panic. And as you know, people do not tend to stay super calm in times of need. Like, you remember when COVID broke out and all the toilet paper disappeared? And it was like, why is toilet paper like disappear? What? Why are we doing that? It's not even that kind of illness. But people saw that toilet paper was selling out, so everybody runs out and buys toilet paper, and that makes toilet paper disappear, which makes everybody else freak out because toilet paper's disappearing, and it's all just stupid. It just spins and spins and spins. And with this, it's also like a lot of people don't even need RAM right now, but they're going into the store buying it because they're worried it's going to go up in price even more. It's like, bro, you're part of the problem. What are you doing? So memory prices are skyrocketing, not just for like the individual sticks that you'll put in your gaming PC, but also for everybody else that's doing anything memory related, such as a Steam machine, such as Xboxes, phones. Yeah, all of it. All of it. And that's why it's expected that they may actually have to raise prices on the Xbox again, which would be insane. But as you can see by GameRanks, Microsoft Xbox Series consoles could raise in price again because Moore's Law is Dead released a new video noting new price hike fear. According to their sources, multiple Microsoft sales reps have noted that a supply shortage could affect Xbox Series consoles very soon. And of course, it's AI related. So, however, before those consoles even release, pricing could affect recent platforms or current platforms, since Microsoft is reportedly already warning of shortages hitting Xbox Series X and X consoles. That could mean we could see prices inflate even further. After all, we've seen the Xbox Series launch at X launch at $500 and now costs $650, and it could go upwards of like $750, $800 when all is said and done. Absolutely crazy. Apparently, one of the sources, I don't know if it was Moore's Law is Dead or not, but one of the sources of these like sales reps from Microsoft said that they did Literally no planning. Like no planning ahead for what could end up happening with memory pricing skyrocketing, which is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And this is it.
In fact, I am told that the RX 9070 GRE 16GB, a card that was going to try to use worse yields of Navi 48 to basically give you a less efficient 9070 16GB level of performance, but for less money, yeah, that's been pulled from roadmaps a lot of my sources have access to, and multiple AIBs are now telling me that it's going to come maybe late Q1 or Q2 or never. So it's sounding like it is likely canceled, unfortunately. Now, let's move on with this, though. Why is Radeon being mentioned in the A tier of screwedness and NVIDIA isn't at the same tier level? Well, it's because Radeon doesn't hoard as much RAM and then sell them as part of their BOM kits to AIBs like NVIDIA does. If you want further explanation, go watch that NVIDIA's Ultimate Play video that I put out years ago. It entirely explains how NVIDIA does things and how that differs from AMD. But the point is that AMD doesn't have the same safety stock as NVIDIA. And so, yeah, Radeon prices will be going up very soon. Those reports are true. Sorry to tell you. If you want a 9070 XT, buy it right frickin' now. Oh, and one more product to add to this tier list, the A tier. Xbox. Yep. They didn't plan ahead at all, apparently. If you still want an Xbox for some reason at their current pricing, those prices could go up soon, or supply could just entirely dry up, because multiple sources of mine have apparently been warned by sales reps at Microsoft that this is going to affect the Xbox Series consoles very, very soon, sooner rather than later. But PlayStation is not in the same tier. We'll get to them in a second. All right.
I'm guessing it's because PlayStation has just planned ahead more and like manufactured more ahead of time. I honestly, if I were Xbox, I would just let supply run out. Like the PR nightmare that will hit if they announce that they're raising prices again, dude, that's gonna cost you more than not selling the 35 consoles you would have sold anyways. Like, just let the inventory deplete, manufacture more when prices go down. Like, it'll be fine. I hate to be this guy, but I don't think that many people were gonna rush out and buy Xbox Series X's on Black Friday anyway. Maybe that's cynical of me, but like, let's be honest with ourselves. I don't think it was I don't think it was a big problem. I think it was gonna be fine. Let's see what he says about the PlayStation 5 though. Okay, what does he say about PlayStation? Why are they not getting hit?
And now the D tier. Believe it or not, PlayStation. From what I've heard, Sony planned ahead, bought up gobs of RAM near the bottom of the pricing, and thus they should be fine for months. They have plenty of GDDR6, at least that's what I'm told. Yes, prices could go up eventually. I could see that happening next year, especially if by then the Series X is $1,000. Why not? But there is a reason Sony is cutting PlayStation 5 pricing for Black Friday. They aren't just doing this as some extreme move or because sales are bad. They can afford to do it. Apparently, they're not worried about the RAM shortage, at least in the short to mid-term. And so who knows, maybe 2026 will be the year where people go, just get a PlayStation. It's the only thing with sane pricing. We'll have to see, though. But don't feel rushed to get one this second.
It's so insane to me. It's so insane to me that Sony has been kicking butt, taking names, giving those names to other people who butt they kicked. And like, they could be the most toxic right now. They're at the top. Nobody's that interested in buying Xbox hardware. I don't know how the ROG Xbox Ally X is doing right now, but maybe it's doing really well. But the core consoles don't seem to be doing too hot. Not flying off shelves. And so if PlayStation wanted to be like really toxic and just keep raising prices and doing stuff like that, they could. Like, Economics 101, you corner the market, you raise the prices. That's what you do. That's just 101. But instead, they're going the opposite direction. I mean, it says, yeah, all PS5 consoles kicking off November 22nd will be $100 off. So you can buy a straight up PS5 Pro for what, $650? Same price as the Series X? That's ridiculous. That's crazy. It's crazy, but that's what they're able to do because they're still hungry, and I respect it. I respect it a lot, and it's just going to further the lead. I don't think it'll always stay this way. You know, it's not always going to stay this way. Never assume that a corporation, a giga corporation that's worth many billions of dollars, as Sony is, never assume that they're just being nice to you to be chill. There's always a reason. You know, they're trying to widen market share, especially at a time when Microsoft and Xbox are really weak in terms of hardware share, sale share. And so they're not doing this just out of the kindness of their heart. You know, there's always a tactical reason behind it. But for now, we can enjoy it for what it is. I thought the Series X was $750. It might be where you are. I believe the base one is $650, and then the 2 terabyte is $800, I think. But they have a few different SKUs. That's the thing. Let's see. 1 terabyte is $650. Yeah, apparently they didn't plan ahead at all. It's just so stupid, man. It's so stupid. At this point, like, how do you justify any of this? How do you justify any of this? It's just so insane. They're a $4 trillion company. And they didn't think to like stockpile. Well, I get it. They're not selling through a lot of them. Like, I get it. But like, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's absolutely crazy. And they own OpenAI. Yeah, it's, man, it's really just baffling. Tim Sweeney, what did he say? RAM price increases will be a real problem for high-end gaming for several years. Factories are diverting leading-edge DRAM capacity to meet AI needs, where data centers are bidding far higher than consumer device makers. This one, Theo, tweeted this out. I knew the memory pricing thing was bad, but like, WTF? I bought 64 gigs of RAM 4 weeks ago for $240. Same kit right now is $498. Dude, I'm really, really glad that my PC died like a month ago, because I just had to do all of this. Like, just did all of this. What is my RAM? Hold on, maybe I can find my exact RAM. My streaming PC, it's the 128 gig kit. Okay, 128 gigabits. It's out of stock. For one. Dude, what? Is this it? This might be it. Bro. And it's sold out. People are buying it up. Dude. The 96 gig kit is $883. There's only one left. Dude. That's insane. This is absolutely, I didn't know mine, bro. My PC, this is an investment. My PC's going up in value. This is worth more today than when I bought it, just because of the RAM. That's insane, dude. That's crazy. Absolutely bonkers. That RAM's worth over $1,000 now. I could literally flip it used and make enough money. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I would do that, but I don't have any RAM to replace it. And the this is the 64 gig kit of this Corsair Dominator is $725. Okay, 32 is only $400. There you go. So wait, somebody in chat goes, this is Apple RAM prices. Literally, dude, this is insane. That's crazy. What's even crazier is it probably ain't getting any better. Probably ain't getting any better. How much did it cost you back then? Let me see if I can find the receipt. I wonder. Not 1,000. tell you that much. It was probably like 400 for all of that. It's like more than double, like 480. So yeah. Glad it happened when it did. Glad it happened when it did. God dang, dude. $1,000 for RAM. That's crazy. And that's the thing, is like the only way that this gets fixed, because like this is the key. This is happening not because people are like rushing out and just buying it. That's probably happening in some cases, but the core reason why it's happening is because the manufacturers, the people that make this RAM, they are not making more, because instead they're making memory for the servers, for the data centers, who can pay a lot more. And those groups are spending hundreds of billions of dollars on those data centers. And they're doing that over the next like 2, 3, 4 years. So they're not going to go back to making a lot of this stuff anytime soon. Because why would they? Why would they? They can make way more money making the data center RAM. So I don't think this gets fixed anytime soon. You know, that's crazy. All of the prices on all of your electronics just went up. Everything. Like the PlayStations, yeah, they'll be okay for 6 months because they have a stockpile. They'll be okay. Nvidia, they apparently also stockpile a lot of stuff, so they are resistant. And frankly, if Nvidia wants to like strong arm some people, they can do it, because they're Nvidia. They're like the biggest company in the world. So there's that. But I mean, this is insane. I knew it was bad. I didn't realize it was that crazy. Yeah, these are basically Apple RAM prices. Yeah, dude. Apple was just ahead of the curve, dude. What's insane is that this is actually probably cheaper than these memory prices are right now. Apple's the affordable one now. Who saw that coming? That was not on my bingo card. I'll tell you what. It was not on my bingo card. Oh, man. Wow. Steam Machine. Well, so Doodle the, what is it? Doodle Thulu. This is why they can't announce pricing for the Steam Machine. Because if this gets worse, and the machine, like, let's say a month ago, they thought the machine was going to be $600. Right now, the machine is probably, now they have to charge $800, $900 just to cover their bases. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So I think for them, they don't want to announce pricing, because it's probably getting worse. Like it's probably going to get to the point where it's going up to, you know, right now it's broadly about 2x over what it was a month ago. It's probably going 2.5, 3 times. Because again, it's not like what happened with the AI craze. Remember, or not AI, the Bitcoin mining craze. If you remember, everybody bought up GPUs to go and put in server farms to grind and mine for Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff like that. And that was just like literally the supply stayed the same, but everybody was buying it up. All these scalpers and people were buying it up. And so once that settled down and they got all of the GPUs they could handle, then the supply stayed consistent and we were able to go and get them at good prices because that continued going. What's happening here is that there's just no more supply. And so like the demand is largely the same, like the same number of people are building and buying PCs. We're going into the holiday season when maybe more people would have been buying and like building PCs, but like I think demand is largely consistent, but the supply is just gone. And the only way the supply comes back is with new fabs, new manufacturing that isn't happening right now. Like there's no easy fix. There isn't really a fix, period, but there's no easy fix. Yeah, so some of these comments are crazy. My 64 gigabyte RAM kit cost me $160 in February. Now that same exact kit is $480. I have a feeling that once AI implodes and the $1 trillion in obligations that OpenAI has, hardware is going to be insanely cheap. That is true. If it implodes, AI hardware will be insanely cheap. That is very, very true. The economic volcanic eruption that will have happened leading up to that collapse may complicate and make it so you are not feeling like upgrading your computer, but we will see. OpenAI is a bloody parasite sucking the life out of everything. I mean, you look at Sam Altman, it just kind of fits the vibe. He does have a vampiric vibe. This feels like market manipulation. How is OpenAI able to afford a deal securing 40% of the world's DRAM supply? Because every investor on the planet is like obsessed with AI right now. That's the whole thing. Crazy times we live in. Crazy times we live in. So I won't tell you what to do, My suspicion is that this will get worse before it gets better. I don't think the RAM prices will magically settle in like a month. We'll be like, oh, they fixed it. Like, I don't think that's happening. I think this is going to get worse because, again, it's a manufacturing issue, and they're not going to stop until they stop investing in data centers, which there's like literally governmental initiatives to do it. They're not going to stop anytime soon. So I think it'll just get worse. So I'm not telling you what to do, but you know, if you were going to build a PC, I think the RAM's only going to get more expensive. So, you know, if you're going to shop, maybe I'm not saying you should shop for 128 gig kits like I did, but you know, maybe just buy it, put it under your pillow, sleep with it. You know, that like drawer in your closet where you keep your family heirlooms, your grandmother's ring, your grandfather's watch. Put a couple sticks of DDR5 in there. You know, little nest egg. Maybe that's what you got to do. But yeah, I think Tim's probably right. He is probably white too. I think Tim's probably right that this probably goes for longer than a few weeks. I think this probably sticks for a while. Mr. Mubbles, thank you for the 10.
At Mr. Mubbles donated $10 through Super Chat.
Thank you.
I run an MSP and part of that is hardware upgrades and building. I've got a client who wants me to upgrade his company's laptops from 8 GB to 32 GB DDR4 and they've been priced out.
Dude, really? So even DDR4 is getting hit? Because I thought that this was mainly sticking to like DDR5, like specifically higher end, faster stuff, but even the lower stuff is getting hit. Do I buy a PS5 Pro for Christmas or 2 sticks of DDR5 RAM? That's crazy. That's crazy. First world problems? True. But what's so funny about this is also, like I said with the toilet paper example, lots of people out there don't need new RAM. Okay. In my case, it was specific because like the computer literally fried itself because a NVMe SSD had like a 1 in a million hardware failure. Funnily enough, my brother who works in IT, he's using that NVMe SSD to like train people because it's so rare that those NVMe SSDs die the way that mine died. He's like, let me showcase this to people how insane this is. But I think what you're going to see, just like with the toilet paper, is people going out and they're going to upgrade their RAM now, ironically enough, as the price is going up. And they're going to do that because they're panicking and worried that, well, I might want to upgrade in 6 months and then I won't have any memory to upgrade with. So I'll just get it out of the way now. Not saying it's rational, certainly. Congratulations, you become a case study. Yeah, literally. I was trying to find other examples on like Reddit of this exact issue, and I couldn't find any examples of anybody else who's ever had this particular thing happen. I probably should have like contacted the SSD manufacturer and done that whole thing. But at some point, like, your boy doesn't have time, you know? He took my thing.